We are live. Are we live?
Yes.
Are we live?
Yes.
Oh,
Let me move aside so we can see Alpha.
Oh, that's the common thing.
The man of the hour.
yeah.
Yeah, it's your
Alpha's still
fault.
going. Yeah. Alpha's still going through orientation and stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll give it a minute.
How am I going through orientation? What you talking about?
What it is, what it does, what it doesn't. It is open discussion today. We have the biggest, the dopest, the member of the Wolf Pack. Oh, what's up, Alpha?
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. How y'all doing? How you doing? Good to see some familiar faces. What's happening?
I say I'm getting better.
Guys, spokesperson Wendlo, I asked you, how are you?
What the
Cybers,
best?
yeah.
I'm good.
He speaks for everyone.
Yeah, everything,
Wait.
everyone.
I like your background,
He-
Cybers.
He is what? My nigga, I got you, nigga. I got you.
Shout
my
out, shout out, shout
nigga. Not
out.
like any of these other people that I'm with. I got you, my name.
They don't love
Hey.
me, these ones.
How are you, Dem, the thorn around among the roses?
No.
How are you?
No,
The thorn,
no.
damn.
The
Wow.
thorns amongst the thorns.
Wow,
Stupid man.
how do we kick Verifeni out?
Or is it back?
Please
What's
some
up, guys?
respect. I'm good. How y'all doing? How the niggas in the room
Agu, do
doing?
you guys keep as Sapira? So
No, the niggas are good. Just you dissed us yesterday. But that's a story for another day.
yes, Dem.
Fresh.
Mm.
We'll talk. Yeah, dividend, we'll talk.
That's all for inside thing. But anyway, who introduces the topic, Lam?
VZ 4.0.
Oh. Mina ngivusele mos. Shothi sayibuzivara ngemthandazo. Okay, sharp. Today's Kuluma today's topic is profanity in our content. La kaya kako. So I think we asked L4 to come on today because I think I saw something he wrote on Facebook. He said, "Nitfugelani la music in." Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. So,
Yeah, nambenkhona washo njalo vele.
but anyway, maybe singacela put Cybers like that. What's your take, Mr. Cybers?
Look, I think for us, it's not so important. We are in a very religious country. You can make your points across without being vulgar. In US culture, being vulgar is just normal. In normal conversations, the F word comes up more than 1 million times in just a normal sentence. When somebody's trying to articulate how strongly they feel about something. I think because of that, and we consume a lot of that music, it's made it seem okay to certain people. I guess I'm kind of on the fence because sometimes it does make sense, if I can say that, but sometimes it just doesn't. It's not necessary. You can make your point without being like it doesn't work for Africa. I think. I think personally.
Okay.
Wait, guys.
But
About music in Gakoko.
Yeah.
Like there are people who cuss.
What
in
for
their-
about football?
Really?
yes, we
No,
talk.
there's-
We talk. We here.
Wait, Fug. I can't believe you said wait, Fug.
But guys,
I
is
heard-
that
I haven't heard any profanity, or at least maybe I'm not listening to the right people.
You're not listening to the skirls.
you're not listening to? I heard a whole. I heard a whole diss track. From a dude, Lyrical Messiah or something. Yeah, with Lyrical Messiah. It was Zola. It was like that Zola track where it was in summer from start to finish. It was a diss track. It was this Alabama. So But Mina, my thing is that was vulgar. But my thing is there a difference between creative profanity and just being straight vulgar?
Who's that towards?
You, sir. You, sir.
Oh, host time. I just thought maybe it'd be like a host time to hear from the man himself thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little very soft the way you gave me the mic there.
The biggest, the illest, the dopest.
I think first and foremost for me, it's understanding that the culture, the hip hop culture, where it originates and how it came about to a point where people even curse and swear. Obviously, we know it majority of hip hop originated in America because of what people are going through, especially Black people going through. You know, for those who don't know. So it was a release for them, which is why they would be on the streets doing it. You know, it was just the whole boom bap rap thing going on back in the day, a way to express themselves, to talk about the things that they go through, the things that they want to stop, and things like that. So it makes sense why someone who was living in a country where slavery had been so rampant and rife and so violent, it makes sense why someone would actually go as far as thinking, man, F all of this. You know, it was a way for people to express themselves because of the things they were going through. I'll take you back to a time when Ice Cube were out there. You know, there was even the time where hip hop was just becoming more commercial. There was a song that was out there. It was called F the Police. It was very controversial, but it was literally Black rappers speaking their truth to say, man, F the police. You know, so that's coming from within. It was their truth. So when you look at that and now how it became an export, okay, now hip hop is branching out to the rest of the world and it reaches Eswatini. Who are you swearing at here? Who has oppressed you when you are? I think for me, it's a matter of understanding what we should take from the rest of the world and what we shouldn't take. For instance, you cannot look at Lil Wayne or look at Tory Lanez singing about riding around in a Lamborghini with some bad women, you know, and then come here and say riding around in a Lamborghini through Matapa. Because first and foremost,
did you say bad women?
Yeah.
I can't believe you said.
No, it's
replace women with.
Yes.
With the other word. Beepies.
Same way is the same way you cannot believe I said. But yeah.
So for me, it's I can't see the necessity of it, because what I always say is that whatever you take from somewhere else, you got to localize it, right? No one is walking in the streets saying, man, I'm looking for some bad. You know what I'm saying? So
you'd be surprised.
No, I'm saying no one is doing that and being accepted for it. Obviously, there's people who are trying to emulate that. Like, for instance, the Lamborghini reference. First and foremost, we don't have the roads for Lamborghinis. We got too many speed humps. So why are you rapping about rolling around in Lamborghinis when there's like two of them here at the time? You know, you could be riding around in a Honda Fit. That makes sense because we know that there's plenty of those. But my question is, what is the necessity? Because you can articulate your feelings without the profanity, because the market at the end of the day here doesn't understand the use of the profanity. Like, who are you swearing at? Because we are a respectful country. So as to say, that's my thing.
Yeah, but maybe the whole swearing thing is just part of the hip hop culture, and I get you're saying take some things, don't take everything, bully context, yako. But is it really hip hop culture without the cussing?
Yeah,
I think
it is.
I think how I feel is, okay, let me start with this. You don't think we're angry enough to cuss?
How you get?
I think
with everything, not just oppression and everything else, with everything else that's going on, with everything else we're going through as human beings, Janjanyana. Because for me, it's hip hop is expression. Hip hop is how I speak every day. So how I speak every day, I will put it on the mic. So if I'm a person that talks every day, when I get on the when I when I'm on the mic, yabo, ngitawuqhamuka vele the way I am. Angeke ngifuna ukuthi sensarisha, because hip hop is a very, I do not want to use the word aggressive. It's a very expressive genre or sport. So when people bapala tingoma, I always say umuntu begs in the studio. Umuntu nangena utawungena umuntu athi I want to with this song in my heart, I want to drop this and Jan took a show, boy, jump on the mic. I figure spitter, ngiyabekisa. I figure I'd say something to the extent of F school, Janjanyan, as this person is going to school, does not like school. F school, F in Janjan, F in Janjan, yada, 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 yada. For me, where it gets left, just straight, without using it in a creative way. Yeah, well, because it can be creative. Is there a difference between being straight vulgar and being creative with it?
I think that's a very good question.
I'll tell you something very, very important and very close to my heart. Conscious rap has never been about swearing. Conscious rap has always been about just putting your point across. You don't need, if you are articulated properly and you know the English and you have a good command of the English language, I think Shoganja, you are able to put your point across without the vulgarity. I don't think we can make levels. One would say, is it necessary or is it not? Are you putting your point across or is it? I don't know. What are those two differentiating factors that you said there was? There's meaning and then there is for the hell of.
No. I said
there's creativity and vulgar.
I asked if there's a difference between being straight vulgar and being creative with the use of profanity.
Meaning there is no distinction between the both. I'd say you can make your point without being. You don't have to. It's a style in Ngasho because it's a kind of an outlet, I guess, for specific people. But you can always say, I am out here chilling with my boys or with my best friends or whatever. You don't have to say, I'm out here chilling with my effing boys. Me and my effing boys, we're effing these girls because we are the effing men. It's just a repetition. It's not that it's not that important. I just think, you can maybe use the word once or twice because if it's a song that's evoking emotion. For example, maybe involve you understand. I understand that maybe you can throw that one or two here and there just to try and heighten the meaning, you understand? But sometimes there's just no point. I mean, I don't see a point in it though. I'm saying you've got guys like Bob Common, Bob Mostek, who have made a huge mark within that space without having to use put forward. I understand the planning show.
The common tool.
That's all I'm saying.
That's my thing. My thing is going back to what you said and what Elfo said. Loguti, it's a style, Janjanyan. Because for me, what Elfo was saying, the market Lagangwane does not understand that. For me, it goes back to who are you making this music for? Yeah. Because even in the States, you have people labo common you just mentioned, and you have Bo 50. Common made a conscious decision. I would say no, mean, I'm making music. I'm making this music for these kind of people. Yeah, well, this is my market. And 50 said, no, this is my market. Yeah, well. So that's why I'm saying, Gutsi, going back to Dombuto Amekad and Gutsi, it can be a style. Take someone like Kendrick, for instance. Kendrick talks, but he uses his profanity in a way where people but does, oh damn, yabo angacabang nazi, something like life is a do, put her thing to the side, blah blah blah, and people like, oh damn, I did not think of life in that in that light, but it makes you think, is what I'm saying. Yes, he could have chose to say life is what, but it wouldn't have been it wouldn't have hit that
as
much.
Effective. If you're evoking emotion, I understand. But as I'm saying, we are not a vulgar people. Yabo. If I understand because really people see shogo like I understand.
Yeah, but so
you understand. But if this, if that, me and my boys, effing leaning, wada. Like see movie, because they're not making music, and again, they're not making music for people in the US. This music, it's not like it. I'm not saying what I'm hating on niggas, and I'm saying that music will never reach the people that it's supposed to reach. But I'm going with Alpha on this one. It must make sense. Rolling in a Honda Fit, sure, perhaps. I mean, even people said in one of the songs would say, "No man, show in Kibelang move because that is his reality. That is something that I can, understand. Man, Lambo, Rari, ay man, Fisha.
Tim, what's your take on this?
My problem is with most of these people who use profanity in their music is kuna content. There's absolutely no content, and as a woman, half the time, it's just some boy calling women and talking about how he's got so many women and all of it. Like, it's so discriminatory. It's vulgar. It's unnecessary. But I don't know. I don't know how I personally feel about it because I haven't heard anyone cussing. But I don't think it's relevant. Like Alpha was saying, you need to always create consciously. You have to create knowing, which this is the market you've been given. This is who you're making the music for. If we can't relate to you cursing at us and saying all these things, then what is the point of the music you're making? Uzama, what are you? What's the point?
Maybe just to piggyback on that, there's two things I want to bring up. The fact that at the end of the day, you've got a product, right? So that you're selling as an artist or as particularly a rapper. So if you are saying that I'm straying because it's hip hop culture, because you've seen the Americans do it, essentially you are saying, hey, I'm trying to replicate the Americans. So how am I now supposed to pick you over the Americans when you are clearly saying to me, I am a copy of the original? If you're not localizing it, and when I ask you about it and I say, why are you straying to us, Maswat? And you go, it's hip hop, dog. Then you are essentially saying, the original does it, so I'm going to do it myself. You know what I mean? That's the first thing. The second thing, it goes back to what I was trying to say about localizing things. I'll make a stupid example for you. Soccer all over the world is huge, right? Football, it's huge. So huge that soccer players in the English Premier League and other big leagues are given like 4 kits per game. So there's the first half kit, the second half kit, the encased kit, and the really encased kits. The fourth one doesn't even have a number or something like that. So these kits, 4 of them per game, that's why you find players swapping kits maybe at half time or full time. You know what I mean? Eswatini now, no one is swapping kits with anybody because they gotta go wash, that kid, right? But it's the culture, right? The soccer culture says, as a sportsman, we must swap kids so you can go frame it and say this is the day I played Barcelona. But ngeke umuntu swallows akhumule ijezi leswalo anike nangwembabana Highlander, right? Because locally we are not there. So vele, that's proof that we import. But when you come locally, you realize that we are not there. Same thing with swearing. We are not there as a country. We are not swearers. So why are you swearing at me?
No one is swearing at you, Elfo. No one is swearing at you, man. Okay, going back to localizing things. Hey, my brain sometimes. But anyway, going back to localizing stuff. You said take from the Orkandi, bring it back, localize it, and Sabo said we would understand if it was Ingomanetsi, Fusek Bovi, Janjan. So what you guys are saying is, as much as but the soon one time.
You see, you're missing the point.
That wasn't an example. The Fusek Bovi was an example.
The point is be relatable. If you are using something, be relatable. I'm not expecting you to say NYOKO in your song because you do not know my NYOKO, bro. And the next time I see, I'll slap you for the reason of you saying NYOKO. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Boy. I'm slow.
Hey, and he said every time, took you a while, hey? I got it the second time.
It took me a while. It slapped me when I got it.
You know another thing is, real quick before you say
what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I'm taking from this is because what all of you are saying indirectly is, yeah, well, the number one issue is content. Yeah, well, content, because what them are saying would say they swear, but there's no content in the music. It's just rolling in my Lamborghini, screw, jan. So number one issue is content. So if we had
context,
the relevant, exactly. If we had the relevant, if we had someone, who is the conscious rapper in the country? If we had
Psycholution, come on, wake up.
Yeah,
wake up. Yeah.
I've been sleeping, but I've been sleeping. Yeah, so so if we had Psycholution drop that EP he dropped that I like so much. Lebe Kulmanga Skola Utas his son. The probably why I like that EP because it's Skola his sons. But anyway. Yeah, well, that EP, and there was a bit of profanity.
School kids.
Yeah, well, and there was a bit of profanity. Napanga cuts. Would you guys have a problem with it, with that content? Yeah, well, but he had a bit of like F school, Janjanyana, yada yada, blah 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 blah. But same content, but with the fuck school in it. Would you guys have a problem with that?
Well, here's the thing. I think maybe what we're trying to express to you is the understanding of the whole concept of swearing, not just a swear word here and there. The reason I brought up the history of the pain that they were going through and things like that is because everyone who was there could relate to it. You know, they could relate to, you know what, you're actually right. These niggas were, these people were.
But this kids relate to what this kids are saying about, though. This kids relate to, because that's the thing. If you say we are not a certain country,
no, wait. Let me finish it. You see, it's not just relating to the emotion, but it's also relating to the environment. Because if we're all swearing and you swear, then you are speaking our language. Like, actually, you're right. But here, the environment that we're in, the country, is not the type where you just willy-nilly just on the streets and everyone just walks by. You can't just say, hey, F man, this thing's dope. Everyone's going to turn around and say, hey, man, look out. Because of the environment that we are in as a country and as a people. It is a jarring thing to hear someone just randomly go, man, this slaps. Guns, the environment where hip hop was nurtured, everyone was just walking around going, F these white people, F all this is happening, man. F being broke. F. So when you are saying it, it's, man, you're saying what we're feeling. But when you come to Eswatini now and you say, I got bads all up in here, everyone's like, oh, most homie. No man, this is my chair. So the environment does not, now you're trying to create, you're trying to introduce something that is sort of a taboo in the country. Look for our good challenge now to our cool which means that we do as a people believe that you train or you grow your kids to not speak that way. So if you're gonna put it on a jam for a country where you swearing it illegitimizes your parents' parenting skills, then you're lost.
Can I advocate for like a second though? Is it possible we are limiting our creativity, like Vizi asked, is there a difference between kuba vulgar and being creative? Are we limiting our creativity based on ngikhulsekile ekhaya and lakangwana skwenti logo, stuff like that? Is it possible that maybe it's just different strokes for different folks? Like there's some people who are perfectly okay with through the music because that's how they speak.
Because that's the thing. Because SL4 was saying,
can we call profanity creativity though? That is my question.
I wanted to go there actually. I wanted to go there.
Where do we cut them and say this is now profanity, this is now creativity? I said, if you use it once or twice to make certain points, I understand. But if it's in every line, I'm here with my effing people. We are effing.
That's what I was saying.
We are.
That's what I was saying. Good. Hello?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Guti. Is the problem content? Guti, these kids just swear without content or context. Is that the problem? Or in a song is the problem? So I think we need to distinguish Lapo. Because if we're going to show them not because it's a lot. It's not just Kutuga, Lalangwan. Even the style of, because even the style, udafika umuntu athi ngifuna kwenda like a trap soul. Bafika bathi no ukuthi trap soul la wangwane wena njanjani. Hamba wenda hamba wenda Afro pop. Yabo njanjani. We tend to stay these kids la sifuna ukuthi thine baye khona without kanti it's their creativity, it's their passion na yonke lento le yabo. I feel like all we can do is nominate advice, because now don't figure uthi buka sengikhohla ama points I'm like to lewa ngifuna ukuslap ngawo like across the face. But now what? Yeah, so nginenthola ukuthi no. My main point is there a difference between being straight vulgar and being creative?
Personally, I don't see those two meeting at any point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, as much as I'm guilty of this, would say understand.
You have understood.
So here's my take on it.
Yeah.
My take on it in terms of your question, which is a very direct question, I appreciate that, is this. When do you think it's creative to overuse an explicit, because it's a word that exists, right? Do you think it's a creativity? Because I think personally, the vulgar is a upbringing thing. It's a speech addition. It's addition to speech that you are presented with and you nurture, because you have to learn how to use the right swear word and at the right time. So it's not that you think, I want to describe how blue the sun is and the best words are F and sh And that's why I've never personally heard a poet, which is basically what hip hop is. I've never heard a poet back to back itches and niggas and but their creativity is like the epitome of creativity. So those two things never meet. It's not hindering creativity. And I get what you're saying, Dem, about is it not hindering, holding us back or whatever. But I really feel like it's a practice. You have to actively practice to get the right swearing and things like that, because you really can. The fact that we can go on for conversations like this, I know how to swear. I know, and I'll be honest with you, I won't lie because we're on the internet. There are moments where I'll actually pull out an F word because in that moment, the other day, or not the other day, but sometime a parking attendant was having me park at the Gables, and he kept calling me back. Boy, I was like, I think it's good, like boya, boya, boya. Then I heard oh, and then he said, yeah, so big kulu. And I went, because in that moment, that was the perfect response. Obviously I didn't say it to his face, but I was in the car. I was like, ah.
May I stop you there? Man, may I stop you there? Say now, with what you are just trying to, about the story song, now you want to put that in a song. Ufunagu show exactly what happened. About you saying that, do it at that parking attendant person. So it's a studio. You want to say the exact thing that happened. So utakoka lotu just because uvangazu si ufuna kuba clean, or utawusho exactly as it happened.
I will paint the picture of how I felt, because at the end of the day, for me, on obviously all the things I'm speaking about here are my own opinion and my own beliefs, but it's more impactful for me to say I felt the life leave my body when the parking attendant made me hit the wall, than for me to say the parking attendant made me hit the effing wall. Me saying I felt the life leave my body tells you and puts you in that position where I go, I can imagine my car. Whereas me saying the parking attendant let me hit the effing wall, it's just like, oh snap, I wonder what wall that was. So I won't go to the explicit unless I can't think. That's the thing for me. The creativity part is painting the picture and putting you, the person, in my situations, and just randomly saying F it and itches, and it doesn't do that for me. It makes everything just
Think we'll ever get to a point as consumers of Swazi music where we totally okay with people using profanity, or will it never?
I think we saw. I think we hypocrites.
You know I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
Wow.
We're a very religious country, and we can't run away from it. That's the one first thing. Secondly, what Alpha was saying. Number 3. It's not going to play on the radio. It's not going to play on the TV. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to be consumed by the people that you're intending to be consumed by. Without Sinanje, send like WhatsApp in audio 09/11 2020. Without Sinalab. End of story.
But man, let me ask you guys this. I feel like
before you ask, hold on to that question. Hold on. Don't lose it. My answer would be, there we go, keep it there. My answer would be that as we progress, as the music industry grows, more fans grow, and a lot of people who didn't know hip hop are introduced to it, and they are getting to a point where they are accustomed, like they associate hip hop to a certain type, which is why they've created words like Ninemafakfak or Ninemayo and things like that. They're associating it with that. So the possibility is that it could either mean that people are going to learn to accept it as it is, or they will alienate the whole genre to say ngulena as they do now. That's my answer to that.
Yeah.
Get your question.
Okay. Let me release. Okay. I think I'll start by when you said hip hop history, where we take it from is the States, and people were like angry and they understood why people cussed because everyone was cussing. Yeah, well, I don't think that's it, because that's why more common in all of them where the Zulu Nation and there's this other group who made the conscious decision. I would say we will not cuss in our songs because of what I think we are experiencing now. Oh, it is take your son to work there. Hi, Lonzo. Hi. Yeah. So yeah, well, let's see. You what am I? I told you not to disturb.
Getting old.
That's been special.
No. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Would say you always have two groups. Laba say no, I think are two, and those that say as two. I think it's what is happening now. 1, 2. I feel like the audience my hypocrites, because you find them bumping these cuss words, letting in our content because they are from SA, they are from the States, they are from they bump those songs on Kemalang. But when Loagi Bumtana, I'd say we are true, even with content like cards, then it's in guna only two cuss words. And then they're like, wow, Janjan. That's where sort of giving out you guys are missing my point, Con. I would say, what is the problem, Gahle? Is it the nhlamba in the song, or content? Would say it's just vulgar nje. Good content la in cards.
Ngicabanga ukuthi mina ngicela uyishiya la Mr. Mgometuli.
Yes,
I know your boy is doing the most. Your boy is doing the most in the back. Wow. Context, use it, but be responsible about it. Doesn't matter what it is. If you want to say it, but just be responsible about the way that you say it.
Yeah, Elfo is doing the most behind.
About the way that you say it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Just be considerate of how you use it. I understand what you're saying, that we are being hypocrites because we will listen to your futures and your Migos and your whoever and whatever, and I understand exactly where you're coming from. Me and Jenny, it's a net. Be smart about how you use it. If you want to use it, use it. Don't use it for the sake of using the word. You know, we are not a vulgar society. I don't think we are, as Alpha was saying. I can't be in Pick and Pay and be like, hey, yo, Alpha, give me some of those effing Cheetos or whatever. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to. Be responsible about it. If you want to use it, just be responsible. That's my last word.
Are you sure, Cybers, you don't?
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Quick question for you, V.
Yeah.
How would you react to, let's just say, government says, let's come up with some ideas. No, in fact, not government per se. You wake up tomorrow and you find a big construction in just next to Riverstone Mall. Big construction, and a month from now, they tell you that they were constructing a boat shop. Not just a small boat, but big boats for the ocean. In Eswatini, in Manzini. What's your first thought going to be?
First off, I'd mind my business, but the best thing I can.
What is the point of this discussion if you want to say that? Like, I mean,
what?
Wow. Why are we having this discussion in your own business? I mean,
Wait. And then after that, after doing the water and minding my business, I'd be like, okay, they probably have a plan. Yeah, well, they probably have a plan. Yabo mkhumbi kanjani, yabo, they probably gonna export that thing njani, yabo, they probably have a plan, yabo, because that's another thing. We tend to try
you're
and
answering to support your points.
That's all he's doing, not being objective.
No, man, it's objective.
Wait. What's the second? Shout out to what?
Shout out to Stegero.
Shout out to the dudes. Lale, ngisiminebo especially. That's why khuluma kanje.
No, man.
You're on the fence here. Unengoma ifuka wena.
Usafuna kufuka some more.
Unengoma ifuka ona you want us to justify lokufuka. No.
Wait.
But I think what's important to note is this, for me personally, is I do not vilify anyone who's swearing. But here's my thing: we only have 2 radio stations so far, like national radio stations, and 2 TV channels, all of which are against the use of profanity and nudity. So who are you making the music for if the broadcasters are against it? That's my thing as well. So that's why I lean towards, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
That's why I lean towards, why are you doing it in the first place? Because I realize the situation right now. And I also realize that it really is not that important.
There's another thought.
Like, it's really good.
There's another thought because I've had this conversation with a lot of people.
You need to wrap this, Mr. Speaker. You need to wrap this up, bro.
Oh, they need me to wrap. But let me just say this. I know I've had this don't try it into just 30 minutes and I'll do that. Okay, last thing. There's another thought here, would see when these guys make the music, would see the 2 radio stations and our TV station does not do the most. So it's in a very style drop on the internet. The internet does not care because they do not restrict us. They do not try and shape our craft and jan. What would you say to that?
I'd say they like reading international stories and assuming that they can use the same scripts. Like, okay, first and foremost, why, dog? Like, why is it such a big deal to use the F? That's the first thing. Secondly, we have so many artists. Like, I'll make an example for you. Cardi B. Cardi B had to release a softer version of WAP. Like, it says wet and gushy instead of wet because of the fact that even in a country where cussing is just somewhat second nature, they still felt like that's a little too much and it's not going to fly with us. You know what I mean? On the internet, in some places, you know, not just in radio or whatever, but like even to a point where those people say that's a little too much. Now, come back to a country where even the F word is a little too much, and when you still want to force the same speech, because I know artists like Bo Casper who are always talking about, no, life is on the internet, wada, because of their own struggles. Here, radio is readily accessible. TV is readily accessible. So the argument of people want to reach the people is null and void here because your door is open for you. There are no struggles. There's no payola in South Africa. It's fact. It's unspoken, but it's fact that you have to pay money, 20,000 upwards, to get your stuff played. Like, there are people, compilers, who are waiting for your money to get played. You know what I mean? So what we have to understand, if the radio TV, okay, but we have made waves because it said wedding. Yeah, I agree. And that's the nature that they are in board now, that side. Let you try and say wed and Gucci here, the dirtier version in this country. Because my point is the environment allows it in a Segelo in America, but also the gatekeepers. And I like the fact that you are, because if you trust the gatekeepers who play music one. Nah, bro, it's okay, Segelo, maybe you, because you're in the comments, tell me what the importance of these words are for a country that really just inherited all of these words and is not still using it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
While V wraps up.
Well, okay, I'm wrapping up for real this time. I'm wrapping up.
Mr. Masilera, thank you very much for your input. It was very invaluable. As much as our opinions are kind of the same, and I've got you. You got my back. You know what I'm saying? You got my back.
Always.
You know, but
always.
Oh, so that's what was happening, Baba. Oh, so okay.
Don't taint it. No.
I see now. Okay, I see now. Bromance.
Yo, shout out to Segelo, okay?
Both the bromance and shout out to Segelo and everybody who's been listening and following. I hear your points, busy. They are valid, my brother. They make sense. I guess I'm definitely very part of the old generation. I said it, when I would say, "Oh, the OGs, they know nothing. The OGs, what that's a new." But when it's in a smart sala,
you're not the target market.
Good, the guy in a cyber some cards are lalela wetted Gucci. Something.
Meaning one application protocol. I'm watching Shelo.
Yeah, what's the
It's a dope song, though.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. It's a dope song.
I never listened to it. I don't know.
I know it's a vibe. I ain't gonna lie. It's a vibe.
See? You guys are hypocrites. You guys are hypocrites.
No, it's an American song in America. It's dope.
Okay, man.
But if someone in SD had done it, I would cringe.
That's the problem. That's my problem. That is the problem.
Why?
Because you
Why
guys,
is your problem?
you guys in a container and say you can do this, you can do that, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, because you are not from the States, you're from in. These kids buy like a Waterford. They see things we don't see in Janjan, yada, speak a different language. They're in.
Open the food.
The cyber why you Waterford boy on 2 weeks.
But why?
So they
open the food.
What's the water for 2 weeks? I was away at the captain. So yabo me ne manga figure very in very yabo them they live in that bubble. Yabo so now figure out what happened Afro.
Are they making music for Waterford people? Because if that's the case, then it's cool. If they're making music for the Waterford students, then.
But we live in the digital age now.
But why are Waterford students getting attacked unprovoked?
I'm not just in digital age.
I'm going to
say the same thing about
Segelo in the
comments. Whatever.
Segelo's charged because he went to Kamshaba.
Whatever.
Catching strays. Waterford students just catching strays.
Let's it's a case no
Okay.
Okay, let's wrap this up. It's about complain about manager la studio. Manager I'm saying complain utsofuna kubukela Popeye. So let's wrap this up. Shout out Elfo. Thank you.
Yo, thank you for having me, man. Shout out to you guys. This is dope. I can't wait to see it grow. Keep at it. Shout out to you guys and shout out to everybody joining us. And yeah, man, I'm not going to. I just want people to know. But I'm not saying people mustn't cuss or anything. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to me. But at the end of the day, it's not about my preference. It's about the people, you know, and make sure you subscribe to the Wolfpack Tunes.
Word. Slide in that DM.
Yeah, that's it.
That's in Jim.
What?
So Sam just came through last minute. Sam's like, before you Vala, what? He's writing a book now.
Before you Val. We are Valoring now. Anyway, yeah, peace, love, happiness. Sharp. Oh, if you want Elfo to listen to your song, drop another WAP song. He likes that kind of song. Peace.
Oh, that's dope. Anele, shout out to you. I love that. Just like an athlete, an artist would work on their craft. And just like an athlete, if you practice the wrong thing, you will be good at the wrong thing. Give quality music and there won't be barriers.
Bars, uvile velefin.
Side. I'm just asking because I thought you was my bro. So I got some kind of thing.
Peace out, anyway. I'm out.
Peace.
No, Sam, it's not the limit on the type of music. Is it necessary though?
That's all I was saying. Bye, Velefini. Peace out, Elfo.
Peace out, yo.
Minang pull me. Damn. Bye.